Hello and welcome once again to Tony's Comfort Kitchen. Now if there's anything better than an eggplant, it's a stuffed eggplant, or aubergine as we call it here in the UK. And today I am going to make a fantastic, super tasty Turkish Karnyarik. So first and foremost, I'm going to take 3 eggplants or aubergines. Sorry, we call them aubergines in the UK, so I'm just going to keep on saying that. First of all, I am going to take off those green spiky parts of the stalk, which are not very nice. And then the traditional way to make this is what they do is they tend to tear a strip off the aubergine all the way around on all 4 sides, if that makes sense. You'll see. Now I don't know what the purpose of this is. I think it's just to make it look fancy, which it does, as you will see. Just take your potato peeler and peel 4 strips like so. And I think you'll all agree that looks very, very pretty. So I put 3 aubergines into a roasting dish and drizzle over a good quantity of extra virgin olive oil, and then coat them all over. Just roll them around in that olive oil. Then I'm going to roast them in an oven, uncovered, for about 30 minutes, 200 degrees Celsius, 400 Fahrenheit. And while that's cooking, I'm going to get a frying pan with a tablespoon of olive oil into it. Into that I will put 1 medium onion chopped and let that cook down. Add a good pinch of salt and of course some pepper. Just let that onion cook down gently. Then after a couple of minutes I add 1 finely chopped green pepper. Bell pepper, I think Americans call it. And then the equivalent of about 2 to 3 cloves of garlic. I'm using my own homemade garlic paste here, so 1 teaspoon of garlic paste. Let that cook in, don't let it burn obviously. And then time to add the spice. I've got 1 heaped teaspoon of smoked hot paprika. And half a teaspoon of chilli flakes. Give it a good mix in, let it cook in for a minute or so, and then I add the meat. So I have 500 grams of lamb mince. Now if you don't like lamb or you can't get it, then beef is perfectly fine. Just break that meat up, mix it all in, choppity chop chop. We're just looking to brown this meat for the time being. And after a while it should look something like this. Now then, I'm going to add 200 milliliters of passata, or you could add 2 grated tomatoes. I'm using passata, it's just easier. Mix it in, cook it in, let it cook through. And then I'll put it on low, cover it and cook it for about 10 to 15 minutes. Once that's done, it should look something like this. I add a handful of chopped fresh parsley. Again, mix it all in. And now I'm going to make a small tomato sauce that just goes over the top of the whole dish. So in a small frying pan I'm going to add half a tablespoon of olive oil and add the equivalent of 1 clove of garlic mashed up into the oil. Let that cook slowly without burning the garlic, which is very important because you wouldn't want that. Then I'm going to add another 200 milliliters of passata. Mix it all together, then I'm going to add, in total, probably 1 glass of water, but I'm just going to add a small amount at a time. And then a good squeeze, probably half a tablespoon of tomato paste or tomato puree, whatever you want to call it. Again, mix it all in. Now obviously this will thicken up. We don't want this sort of sauce to be too thick, only fairly watery but not too liquidy. So just keep adding the water until you get the right consistency, which is something like this. And then after half an hour I take the aubergines out of the oven, let them cool, and then it's time to slit them open, not all the way through, but just open them up like an envelope. Just prise them apart gently, just be careful. And then we add our gorgeous lamb, or beef if you're using beef. There's actually enough of a mixture here for 4 aubergines or eggplants, but I've just got 3 here. Just press it in. And then towards the end I am going to add very strips. It seems to be everyone does this. The Karnyarik, you add strips of red and green pepper, more for show than anything else really, although I'm sure it'll taste nice too. Plop that little bit of meat back in, and then gently pour over our little tomato sauce. Now the cooking time for these aubergines depends on the size of your aubergine or your eggplant obviously, but mine, as I say, the first part took about half an hour and the second part will be half an hour too. And there we are, 30 minutes later we have the finished dish. This time to sprinkle a little bit more parsley over the top and the dish is done. If you like this video, please consider subscribing, and if you do, please also hit that notification bell and you will be notified of any videos I upload in future. So take care, peace, love, and I'll see you soon.